We're talking food smuggling.
Fit, fat, and fluctuating. Fit, fat, and fluctuating. Fatty, fatty, fat.
This
So
is
many
this
fatty
is
fats.
going all the way back to when you and I would go to, was it Shop and Stop? Was it Stop and Shop? Are we stopping then shopping, or are we shopping then stop? I
I think
forgot
the
that.
idea is to stop and shop.
But if you,
Except you're right. In your case, you shop, then you
I
have to stop. You need a break.
correct. I
This is
shop.
all too much.
By the time I'm 5 aisles in, I'm huffing, I'm puffing. There she is, gracing us with her presence. It's Lady Hot.
Good morning, Lady Hog.
The maturity is overwhelming.
That hair is so beautiful. What'd you do to it?
Ew, stop.
He was talking to me.
Yeah, I was talking to Andy. I was not talking to you. Well, Lady Hog, you came in late, but we are talking about food smuggling. As I said, we are pirates of the high seasonings. Give us your best R.
Arr.
Andy and I were talking about our first smuggling experiences together. We were about 14, 15, something like that. So we
Yeah.
went to this place, Danielle, called, that we agreed Shop and Stop. No, Stop and one of
Actually,
the two.
before it was Stop and Shop, it was a wall bounds. I
What
think
a
it was
vision.
aisle 5.
You remember
Oh
the
my
aisle?
God.
I think I remember the aisle. I think it was 5.
This place, I swear to God, Wallbounds took an aisle and probably, Andy, would you say almost virtually the entire aisle?
It was almost the entire aisle. Yeah, I
And
don't
they
even remember what was at the end of this aisle.
maybe canned soup. I don't know why, for some odd reason.
Yeah, it was like totally unrelated. It was like
Candy and canned soup with
I would,
Swedish fish swimming in the
oh,
soup.
I would love that. I mean, I
chicken
could go
broth and
fishing
gummy
all
worms.
day. We'd go up and down these aisles, and we had these white paper bags. I remember them. Andy and I, of course, would take the bender bag, as I would like to call it.
We came up with this brilliant scheme that we were gonna pretend like we were shopping for candy. So we'd go down this aisle and be like, "Oh, this looks good. Let's try one." But we would take like these enormous shark gummy worm things and just stuff like 5 into our mouths at a time. By the time we left there, we've eaten at least $20 in candy a piece. And we would throw maybe like 5 little runts into the
Yes.
bag.
Yeah.
And it goes by weight. So we'd end up
Runts.
leaving there paying 12 cents, but eating $20 worth of candy.
Oh, it was crazy. And if we had to actually pay for all of that, probably, Ann, would you say at the time $40 each?
Probably still be paying it off to this day.
And pay Klarna. We'd have to go to Klarna. Ann.
Okay,
A
did you
firm.
both have a lot of cavities growing up?
I had a couple, yeah.
Yeah, I had a
Yeah.
few.
Yeah.
A couple as in like a handful, the whole mouth.
None of these are original, I think. These are all. Do you remember George Hamilton, the all veneers? I think this is the Biden right here, the Biden. Oh, I
Oh
see.
God.
And then what started off as, you know what, we're going to try this. We were almost like mad scientists. These people aren't checking our pockets. They're not checking anything.
Well, they're not checking your cheeks or making you weigh in when you enter and leave.
That would have been the fun thing. That would
Or
have been
they
the
could have
smart
done
thing.
like a blood sugar test. That would have been hilarious.
That
Check your
would have been
glucose on the way
great.
If they were checking your glucose on the way out the door, you'd be leaving in an ambulance every time.
I would shake and shiver like a crack addict. So you're right. There's many different ways they could have caught us.
Okay, guys, that's not smuggling, that's stealing.
Well, that's
No,
smart.
it's stealing. Smuggling is when you take food into an environment it's not supposed to be in. You guys were just eating and stealing the food.
Wait, hold on. But it wasn't supposed to be in my car, but it ended up there. So yeah,
No, that's not smuggling.
Are you positive?
He smuggled it
Positive.
outside.
Yeah, it's smuggled.
Some
Okay.
people smuggle in, some people smuggle out.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll tell you how I know that the term smuggling could be broader. Let's take, for instance, the biggest place probably on the planet that people smuggle food in, the movie
The
theater.
movies.
Correct. We were all on target on there, right? The movie theater is the biggest place. They expect you to buy a $7 box of candy that you can still go to the Dollar Tree this day and spend $1.25 on, right? But they expect you to spend $7 on the same thing. Brando ain't spending $7 on anything there, okay?
You were
Um,
spending $7. You were just getting 7 boxes rather than one.
well, three, okay?
I know these tricks.
Why don't we go around the horn, give a movie example, because I will bet you that we all have some big time examples. And name me something that you have smuggled into the movie theater.
Chicken teriyaki sandwich from Subway.
That's funny. Subway must have been a common smuggle. I definitely did that too.
I also did a full hoagie, but I am classier than both of you. I went to an actual deli You
People
know,
had to listen to you chomping away in a movie.
yeah.
Oh
I mean, I
God.
had a lot of lettuce. I was so loud that people would have wished that black people would have been in the theater, okay? Because that's how loud I was. Turkey, roast beef, ham. I still remember it to this day. It was called the
Oh my
All-American.
God.
It was called the All-American, American cheese for the All-American because I'm a patriot, goddamn patriot. Lettuce and mayo, and this thing was slathered in mayo.
Ew. You're
I'm
Man
so
who
talking.
loves his
gross.
country.
This
You're
guy,
so gross. I don't think I'm eating today, guys.
Danielle, I looked
Mm.
worse than you on a great first date. It was all over my face.
Hey,
And let me tell you something else. Back in the day when I did this, it was $2.49 for that hero. Okay, that's how.
no way.
What was this,
That,
1970?
not only was I allowed into an R-rated movie, but they didn't realize that I was limping almost like as if I got into a car accident because this big hoagie was on the side of my
Wait,
leg.
okay, two questions. First of all, were all of your friends fat?
They were all big boys. I mean,
Okay,
they,
shocker.
they were all
Question
yeah,
number two.
yeah.
How does a male smuggle food? Because females wear purses, bags, fanny packs. What are you sneaking this sub into?
So I'll tell you what I did. I this
Pockets?
sub no, this sub was huge. I had to put it down my leg. And and then what I did was I cinched it with my belt. So it almost looked like I got into an accident.
What if they
It,
had metal detectors and they had to like,
oh, pat me down.
pat you
Oh,
down and
I
then we're
would
like, what the fuck is this?
I would have
You're like,
been
hands off the
There's
fucked.
goods.
there's something squishy on your leg. I'm not sure if it's a
I would have told them it
woo
was a mutation. I would have said, I was like, all
with
right, all right, all
mayonnaise.
right. It was in this really good bag. So I would take it out and the mayo would be all over the place.
Ew,
I mean,
stop.
it was almost like
Stop.
a
No,
mayo
stop,
sandwich.
stop, stop.
And you said that anything else that you have smuggled into a movie theater?
Chinese food.
Okay, me too.
I've done Chinese. I
Andy,
brought in
question:
like
Have
a
you
like a
been?
shrimp fried rice and a hot and sour soup.
Where'd you put it?
Okay,
How'd you
soup.
smuggle it
How'd you
in?
smuggle soup? Because that I don't get.
The
That
soup?
you tell me
Soup
more.
smuggler.
So the soup goes in the front pocket of your hoodie.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you have to be really careful.
You also had a soup spoon. You brought
No,
the
I
spoon.
drank it right out of the container.
Oh damn! You
You know how
couldn't
I feel
even
about
get a
utensils.
spoon.
These
Well,
savages.
yeah. Wait, God damn it, he is a savage. I can't believe that.
Even Brandon's impressed by that smuggling move.
My big one was lo mein,
What's
and
lo mein?
you know what? You're gonna have to start learning the language, so you better start getting aboard, okay?
It's like she just sat in a room in a chair for like 30 something years
I
and then
know.
came out here to do the podcast.
It's unbelievable. She's like, you've never eaten Chinese food in your life.
Never. Never.
Very disrespectful, I got to be honest with you. To me, I feel like when you try other people's food, you're giving them a form of respect. It means that you care enough about them
And when
and
you
their
eat too
culture.
much of somebody else's food, it is disrespectful. Therefore, you are disrespecting the Chinese culture.
Not true. Not true.
Absolutely true.
There are countries, if you burp in front of the cook, if you fart in front of the cook,
Ew!
yeah, yeah. If you piss in front of the cook,
Oh my
if you
God.
shit in front of the cook, no. But if you do the first two, it's a sign of that they have done a great job. Me eating too much of any person's food means that I'm enjoying every aspect of their food.
Yeah, it's flattering.
I'm flattering.
Okay, there's
Okay?
nothing flattering about you, okay?
Me.
There's fatter, not flatter.
I give everyone equal opportunity and it's unity through food. You know, my whole plan is unity through food. Okay. So I would take in lo mein into, and very easy. The lo mein's easy to get in. It was a little box and you really can put it anywhere.
You put it in
Uh,
your cargo pant pocket.
That's why
yeah,
they invented cargo pants in the first place.
correct. Danielle, it's
Oh,
not for
okay.
camping. It's not for camping. It's food placement.
I can also picture both of you fatties wearing fanny packs and smuggling food in through that way.
I have done that as well.
Did you guys have college meal plans?
No, I went to community college.
Yeah.
Oh,
Never went away to college.
in regular college, where the elitists go, when you pay for a meal plan, they have pretty strict rules that you can't take food out of the cafeteria. You're getting unlimited amounts of food with the meal plan. So
Ooh.
it's buffet style, right? So when you're there, it's like all you can eat. But if you were to take more food with you, that would be 2 meals. And that doesn't work like that. So they would have the security officer standing at the stairwell. So once you left the cafeteria, this person would see you exit. And we were friends with like the whole football team, and I dated one of the guys who was massive. He was 6'4", he needed to eat, and one meal wasn't going to do it. The first time he left the cafeteria, he packs his pockets. And he's just holding a cookie, just one cookie, like eating it on the way out. He gets stopped,
Oh,
patted. They
oh,
make him empty his pockets in front of everyone.
oh.
Well,
Oh,
now they know him. Now they know him. So now he's fucked.
he's a target.
So he
He's a
needed,
target. He's 6'4". You can't hide this guy. He looks hungry when he enters. He looks hungry when he leaves.
yeah. So now he's got his little rum runner down there.
Correct. Which means I was one of the rum runners. I looked innocent. I was tiny. I didn't look that hungry.
So you wait, well, mules put things in different places.
I
Um,
mean, whatever it took, you got to get the job done.
Whoa.
Feed.
How much tuna fish did you fit up there?
Danielle, did you put a Twinkie there? I just want to know. That's all I
Absolutely
care.
not.
Okay.
What we would also plan is like how I could wear outfits that didn't make me stand out, so I would be inconspicuous leaving, and
Mm.
just like how I could stealthily sneak and slither down the stairs without these people catching me.
Everything, it's funny, Danielle, you're so like prim and proper, but everything that was like nasty about you is always like food related. Like
Exactly,
I would never.
exactly. When I worked at Subway, I was quite the thief. And, obviously you're given some free food during your shift, but it would be like a 6-inch for a 4-hour shift, or you'd get a foot long for an 8-hour shift.
Mm,
Well, I was working overtime, so in my head, I could justify that I could get, 2 foot longs or a tray of cookies, whatever it took. Obviously, I was giving food out to my friends as well because people are hungry. And
yes, people are.
one time my boss confronted me and she said, I feel like our food costs are through the roof and I'm not seeing that many sales.
Oh
Are you
goodness.
giving away food? And I really don't know how I did it, but I lied straight to her face.
Oh my goodness.
And I
Danielle.
was like, I would never do that.
Danielle, I cannot believe that there there are supposed to be 12 hoagies, but I swear to God, I am very good in math. I am very, very good. And I'm telling you, and I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 12 minus 8 is 4. What is the difference between
You
that
are
two?
being liar to me, Danielle.
Oh my God. You, madam, are a slumdog. Okay?
I'm a slumdog sub-millionaire.
You're a sub-millionaire.
Now, I know this doesn't apply to Danielle because she doesn't drink, but Brandon, have
Yeah.
you ever snuck alcohol into a place?
No, because
When
he's
I,
not a big drinker.
I mean, I'm not a
No, you've
huge
never smuggled booze into like on a
Well,
No,
we
cruise
were
or
Andy,
younger.
something?
that's definitely you though.
I mean, I think, the only thing I can say that we would do is now I take wine and we put it in, like tumblers, take it to like concerts or something like that, so we can split a bottle of wine and not have to.
Oh my God.
All right, so he has done it. You
Then
see,
I
That's
I'm not the
so
only one who likes
Jewish.
to
But
get fucked up.
that's the classy way to do it.
No,
It's
he's
what
not getting messed up. He's just wanting to not pay. It's the Jewish smuggle.
Well, what we do is a 75-25 split because always the goal is to get her drunk. That's always the goal. I don't care about me. I barely drink.
Okay, in a sensitive culture, we should watch what we're saying about sexual assault on females.
No one's
No,
assaulting
I'm saying
anyone. He's,
assault.
Uh,
First of all, I can't assault anyone. All these girls are willing. They would.
all these girls? You mean the
Yeah.
same girl for 25 years?
Yes, but if she has different personalities, I consider that multiple girls. So you
yeah,
have to,
she's evolved
you have
into a
to
completely
understand
different
when
person.
she's happy, it's a different girl. When she's nasty to me, it's a different girl. So it's almost like I'm dating 3 to 17 different girls, depending on the day. But there can't be sexual assault. I'm with the same girl for
Well, you're
millions.
talking about her like you're lubing her up at the concert.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
she's gonna drink it anyway.
what's wrong with
He's
that?
being a gentleman. He's saying 75-25. He's
Yeah,
offering more than the fair share.
thank you, Ann. And this is
You're right. It's just pure generosity.
I don't
It is.
understand. It is
Selflessness, shirt off the back
His
mentality.
heart
Correct.
knows
Look
no
at this
limits.
guy.
correct. I would do 99.1 if I knew that I was going to get laid. I would do 99.5.5.
I like to sneak booze into water parks. That's my thing.
That is
Oh, the
definitely
drunk dad? Oh,
yeah.
God.
Andy's definitely that guy. Like
That's a
you,
hillbilly.
you stay off of the wave rider, okay? Papa's coming through.
He's like, oh, my kid's about to drown, but I'm too drunk to save him.
Everybody surfs up, man.
I know how to show him a good time. Kids
Wait,
like
so
when I
wait,
have my pina coladas at the water park.
wait, question then. So you
Oh,
do
that's just gay.
yeah, that is a little. Did you do the little umbrella too? I mean, come on, what do you
Oh,
mean?
I'll
come
take a
on.
little
What are you?
umbrella. I don't give a fuck.
Oh my
Oh,
I'll take a
God.
little
he's
dick-shaped
that bad?
umbrella.
Come
Oh,
It
on.
gets the job done.
and what are you
Does
thinking?
it?
Yeah, umbrella or not, it's gonna work. Well, the problem
Well,
with the water parks is that like they don't put enough alcohol in them. You're always getting ripped off. It's like $18 a drink,
100%.
and you need three of them just to feel a buzz.
I
So
know.
I bring an extra thing of booze with me, and I'll pour it in.
Wait, Ann, do you use a flask then for that? Because I would assume that's the
Depending on what I
easiest
can get in,
transport
I
system.
do
Or a
own a
nip?
flask. Sometimes it's just a bag. Sometimes it's a water bottle.
A bag?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
like
You're
a
putting.
Ziploc.
Wait, hold on. So the Ziploc, you pour the
Oh
drink into the
God.
Ziploc, and almost like a waterbed, like what's under
It's
a
like a
Yeah,
waterbed.
I
boxed
could. The
wine.
Ziploc could just go right under my hat. I can wear it
Oh,
in.
okay.
And this
Andy,
is
do you drink boxed wine?
I have no
Yeah.
problems with boxed wine.
you've
Yeah,
done.
exactly.
Oh, well, that's where we differ.
There's some
Exactly.
boxed wines that are better than bottled wines. I don't give a fuck. Just because it's in a
Eh,
bottle doesn't make it good.
It kind of
you
does.
guys are just low class citizens.
Not me. Not with my wine.
Like
Fucking
how much a bottle?
65 to 85 for
Oh
the
wow,
wines.
that's snobby.
That's too much for a bottle of wine.
Well,
It's
that's because your quantity of
Champagne, that
drinking it
champagne's a
is.
different story. I will drink a nice Veuve Clicquot
oh,
and spend the 80 to 90
I was
for
gonna
it.
say the little Vouv Clicquot, that's a big time. That's
Yeah,
biggie.
that's good shit.
Yeah, that's
But
the good.
wine? No, I don't give a fuck.
Right, Andy just
I
wants
mean, I'm not going to
Andy.
get like the $5 bottle, but
You're
Well,
acting like a homeless person at the
yeah.
water park.
why? Well, I'm not bringing in $2 wine. I'm bringing in $30 rum.
Oh, little bit of Malibu, huh?
Yeah, maybe some Malibu or yeah,
Yeah, a little
whatever.
coconut rum, man.
Malibu boo.
Oh
Uh-huh.
yeah, we're just not taking care of our kids, baby. We're just drinking.
That's the
Little
whole point
honey
of
boo
going.
boo.
It's
So
all
wait,
contained. The kids are running around and you get to just relax. You go on a few slides with them and that they leave you
and
alone.
you expect so your babysitters are the 16-year-old kids that don't give a shit if three of them are going down at a time. They're like, go, go, go.
Well,
They all
first of
land in the
all,
water. What's going to
Andy
happen?
and Brandon are not going to be saving anybody in the water.
I've got
Well,
towing capacity, Danielle.
I
I've
don't
got.
know. Fat does float. Maybe.
What would you say the place that maybe would be eye-opening, that would be a super surprise that you have smuggled in?
I ate a Snickers at a wake.
And I feel like
Oh my
Snickers,
God.
I feel like Snickers were made for wakes, though. I feel like that. I
Yeah.
mean,
I
Oh
mean, it
my
would have been
God.
rude to bring in like a plate of spaghetti.
Snickers is basically a meal replacement bar.
yeah, I mean, and that's not Hershey territory. Hershey's for happy time. Snickers is for like I'm fucking hungry. I can't do this anymore. I
Like
gotta
I'm
get some.
I'm I'm close to death here,
Yeah,
literally.
like
I'm
like.
facing death in the eye.
I mean, so Snickers at a wake. Okay.
Oh my
That's one.
God.
Danielle, any place that you feel would be an odd
In the
place,
oddball range?
like an oddball thing. Yeah.
Okay, okay. The president of my college lived in a mansion on the beach, and he would host us every single Thursday night, all the students, and a lot of times it would be fire pits with like s'more stations.
Ooh.
And we would steal at least 20 Hershey bars each. So
Ooh.
we started bringing duffel bags. Then we got smart and we started going in the bathroom and we started stealing toilet paper because we had to buy our own toilet paper in college. So we were bringing duffel bags and we would fill it with toilet paper and Hershey bars.
This nice guy opens up
I was paying for it. My
his
tuition
house
was
and
paying for it.
his heart and his house, and you call us low rent, and then you go steal toilet paper because you can't afford toilet paper, and you
I
call us low
couldn't.
rent.
I couldn't.
You couldn't.
It
You
was real
could.
sad.
Now, question: after he fucked you, did you end up
Ew.
did did you end up telling him, or did you let him go back to sleep?
All
I
right.
just
Did you feel guilty after that?
well, I
I
mean,
I never felt guilty wiping my ass. No.
she did give her body, so it was a fair trade. I have taken food into other food places. So I've done that where I wasn't thrilled with the food that everyone else liked, so I would just take other food. Listen, if they're with a friend and they're purchasing something, that's fine. If,
Okay.
if they're all sitting there eating something else, I say, get the fuck out of my store. Actually, I've said that. I just did that like a month ago where I said, "Do you realize how rude you guys are being? Do you realize it or you don't?" I said, "Because I'll let you know."
And what was their response?
They're like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
They're
Like,
like, "Yeah, this guy
sorry we hurt
sounds
your feelings,
right."
Daddy.
Yeah. Hey, why don't you eat a Swedish meatball, you big old pudger?
Pudger. Okay.
Listen, here's the reality. I was with other people who were purchasing the food there, so I didn't feel like I was rude because I would never go to a place. I would never just go to a place and sit down and eat somebody else's
I know,
food.
but you're still rude.
Normally, I would never do that, but these people wanted this particular place. I'm not going to name names. I'd rather eat a dog dick. Okay, the food, the food tastes trash to tell you the truth. So I brought in something else, but I made sure that if anyone went by, I took the food and I put it under the table so they didn't see, so it wasn't so rude. And then the other people were eating.
We haven't really discussed smuggling food out of places like buffets. It's stealing, but it's also smuggling because you did pay for it.
Yeah, is
You
that
know,
smuggling? Are we smuggling out? I mean, I guess I went to the Golden Corral and I made sure to bring Ziploc bags because
you
I
got it.
made,
You got to line your pockets. You can't ruin your pants.
yeah, I brought a Ziploc bag and I took some stuff, you
What'd you
know.
take? What'd you take?
It was meatloaf and cookies all in the it was like
In the same
Ew!
bag?
in the same bag. I only brought one
Chocolate
Ziploc.
chip meatloaf?
Yeah. It was really odd because I had to pick off meatloaf off of a cookie.
Oh my God.
But
I
this is
can't.
but this is what happens when you have an illness,
Is,
okay?
yes, correct.
This is an illness, okay? Let
Very
everyone
correct.
know this is an illness, okay? This is much like alcoholism. This is
You're not in the first stage, which is denial.
no.
You're
No.
in the last
He's
stage of
far from denial.
acceptance. Yeah. But you're not willing to do anything about it.
I'm very accepting. I'm very, very accepting.
We
I just
accept you.
yeah, I just
No.
You know what I don't accept is Danielle and her nonsense. All her
Yeah.
lack of
Oh.
things she
Yeah.
hasn't tried and
Yeah, she just
things she
really
doesn't drink.
Danielle,
Are you jealous because I'm fit?
Fit, fat, and fluctuating. Fit, fat, and fluctuating. Fatty, fatty, fat, so fatty, fatty, fat.